So let me hit record. All right, y'all. So welcome to our weekly gold workshop. I'm super excited about this. I know whether you are somebody that is coming in brand new, you're working towards silver, you just hit silver, we want you to have your eyes kind of on gold from the get-go. And if you've been in the business a while and you've maybe already hit gold, we want you to be on this call to develop golds because truly this business is nothing more. Like if you want to go diamond in this, all you have to do is know how to go gold. Once you go gold yourself, you can turn around and help somebody else go gold. And literally, that is the strategy for going diamond is develop new level one gold legs. That's it. And of course, you also want to, help your level ones do that. So you have level two golds and level three golds, but that is the strategy. And so this is a weekly call that we're going to be doing. And you can come on every time. And we hope you get something new every time and just get you into action with the things that matter most. And we're going to talk a little bit about mindset around that today too, because that is probably perhaps the biggest thing. So let me pull this up right here. Um, where did it just go? Okay, well, I'm looking at these notes and talking to y'all. Like if I miss something in the chat, feel free to, like if it's time sensitive to interrupt me, because for some reason it's not letting me keep the notes and the slide thing open or on my keep your faces open. So, okay. So like I said, the intent of these calls is to help you grow to gold, to grow gold leaders and to do it faster and stronger than Chelsea and I did. And to be able to do that stronger, we want strong legs, right? So we don't want to help somebody, like, for example, you just sign up like 20 people yourself, and a lot of them stop like level ones to go gold. And then a lot of these people don't, they stop ordering and you drop and you're like, ranking and losing rank and re-ranking and losing rank. That's not like a solid or a strong gold. So we want to help you develop strong gold legs on your team, under you, all of that. So um, we know that the power, if you've been to any of our gold school yet, or if not, that is a goal, is to get to gold school. It's something Plexus does like quarterly, that you get to earn. You get an invitation if you've gone gold or developed a gold, and it really reinforces and teaches a lot of the things that we're going to talk about on this call. But essentially, that the real power of what we're doing, the power of network marketing, is that you are tapping in to other people's networks. And so when you get someone signed up, we get to tap into their network, help them bring in 4 people. And those people, bring in 4 people, and you have these new gold legs popping up all the time, right? That's that we go further and we go faster when we are duplicating. So there's a lot of different ways to get there and to see it break down. Like, right, like one person might only refer one person, and one person might, get 4, and then they get 4. And like I said, you've developed this new goal. But that kind of mentality of like, I'm going to get 4 people and help this girl get 4 people is huge in what will be all these new gold legs. Okay, so when you sign up for level ones, if you're like a math person, or if you haven't, hopefully you have a notebook and you want to write it down, we know that when someone orders triplex or triplex and trim, or any of our most popular combos at 100 PV, and that's how they get the pumpkin spice or whatever the promotion is, they're 6 points each, which means that 6 times 4 level ones is 24 points, right? So that person has now gone fast start senior silver, and they're halfway, or sorry, fast start silver, they're halfway to senior silver. But if they turn around, okay, and let's say one of the people that let's say if this is either you, if you're trying to go, let's just say it's you for right now. So you've signed up 4 people, and you have now 24 points. If you help one of the people that signs up under you tap into their network, help them make a post, help them, ask them, do you know anybody in your life struggling with any of these things, that we can help, that I can run a little launch event or a gut chat, a wellness chat for you to be able to plug those people into so they can learn a little bit more about this. And let's say they get 15 people in there, and like 2 people are ready to order, and then you do follow-up phone calls, and or you do an event at their house and 2 more people are ready to order, and now they have 4 level ones. Okay, so now, because that will be your level 2, they're each 5 points, and so you're going to get another 20 points that way, right? And I have this diagram, I know Chelsea has it too, but like when you're helping 4 people, like share with 4 people, you are a gold organization, right? Like we know that it's 100 points to go gold. And so I wrote this down somewhere, but I think that's like um 16 people, right? So 100 points, let's just say it was 6, like if you have 6 points each, that's about 16, 17 people ordering in your organization. So if you have 4 people under you that all sign 4 people, no, y'all, I'm like messing this up. Hold on. Somebody help me out with my math. But if you sign 4 people and then that one, let's say Susie is your first person and she signs 4 people underneath her, then that means that you've got two, three, yeah, like, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So you need 3, sorry. So if you have 4 level 1s and then 3 of those people each sign with 4, you now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. But if you're solid, and that's what we're talking about solid gold legs, is if 4 people sign 4 people, you're there. And so that might be you hosting 4 wellness chats or 4 sip and shares at your house or something, and you have a new gold leg. Okay. Like that is what we want to help you do, or you going gold yourself, right? And I'm going to tell you the biggest way to do this right now, what is working with our world, our economy, the times that we are in, is sharing the opportunity from the get-go. I said this last week in our team call. I know Chelsea's been saying the biggest mistake that I made when I started was I was sharing the products, sharing the products, sharing the products, sharing the products. And that will get you a whole lot of people that want the products users just using the products. And like eventually, somebody sees something new and they try something new, or somebody isn't consistent, or, something comes up financially. And that's the biggest objection that we're getting now to even people getting started with the products is finance, or to people who are, even people on the products that know they're working and love them. They're like, but things are getting really tight right now. I don't know I can afford to continue. Right. So like, I was on a call with my RSM yesterday and he said to me, Kim, if you had your pick, what would you share with people? The products or the business? Like, I can help you make $1,000 right now, or I can get you started on these gut health products. And he's like, I know that your answer would have always been the products. I'm like, it would have been. He's like, and that would have been my answer too. He's like, but it's not anymore. And let me tell you why. He's like, people right now are hurting so much financially. Like they need money and they need it now. And that lack of money is causing them so many health issues and, making their, and then again, if we sign them up and we get them started on these products, but things are a mess financially, or they can't afford to stay on them, like how did that really, how far did it get us? What good did it really do for us? Right. So the big thing is sharing the opportunity off the bat. And so I know there's a couple of newer ways that I am doing that. And we'll talk about that, but we just need to right off the bat share with confident energy. Chelsea's big on this. She talks about energy a lot. We did an Ambition Coalition call with Rebecca Folks last night and Melissa Eichenhorst. And like the whole first hour was about energy and how when you're clear on what you're doing and where you're heading and you're going all that, like you show up with a different kind of energy. And when you're taking care of yourself, like all of it, like that posture and energy is everything. So if you reach out and you're like, hey, I'm not sure if you saw my post, but like I just started taking a couple of products that have really helped me. I'm not really sure if it would be for you. I mean, like they're a little bit expensive, but like, do you think like you'd be interested in hearing more about them? Right? Like nobody's going to want to sign up for that, right? It's about the passion and the confidence of like, I have something that can help you. And so the biggest thing that I want to tell you is it's all about mindset. If you think that you're bothering people, that's exactly how you're going to feel. And then what's going to happen is it's going to feel icky. It's going to feel desperate. If you're like, take a moment, do a couple deep breaths, write down some gratitude before you go into work, read a scripture or devotional, and you're like, this has blessed me so much. Whether that is with $50 to fill my gas tank, whether that is with a free trip that you got to take with your husband, whether that is like, it doesn't matter how big or small, it's somebody, you're sitting right now in the answer to somebody else's prayers. And if your mindset is there, and you're like, I have a gift and I am looking, and it comes back to your thoughts. My coach, Jessica Heffley, we did a call with her recently too. And Jess is like, there are so many people who need what I have right now. Now, if you're sitting here thinking, oh, well, everybody in my town is doing Nu Skin, or, oh, there's this new company that everybody is joining, or gosh, the market's really saturated, or, everybody's already been talking about gut health for a while, guess what's going to happen? Or if you're like, the economy is really bad right now, nobody has any money, that is going to bring your energy right down. And now you're just kind of like, well, why? It doesn't really matter if I share today or if I get in my stories because people aren't buying anyways, right? or there's not really anybody that wants to sign up anyways, right? And so what happens is we're like self-sabotaging. It all starts with your mindset. But if you are intentionally, your brain's going to default to negativity all the time as you're starting this business, as you're growing your business, where it's like, oh, nobody wants to join me. Oh, nobody wants to share. Oh, nobody. Those thoughts are going to literally sabotage your ability to go gold and to develop golds. So that's where you need to start, is with a mindset. And I want you right now, if you've got your notebook, I want you to write down 3 things. Number 1, what I have with Plexus is a gift. Then I want you to write what this has already done for me is more than enough to answer someone else's prayers. And then I want you to write, she is waiting and she is ready. And whether you want to say ready to buy, ready to purchase, these are 3 thoughts that I want you to literally, I want you to look at this. I want you to tattoo this on your forehead. I want you to put it on your computer and to tell yourself this until your brain gets on board and believes it, because it is true. Have you ever looked at a reel from someone in like a Mare or a different company, and all of a sudden you see like 1,000 or 1,500 comments of people wanting this cortisol cocktail or this whatever? That shouldn't bring you down and defeat you. That should bring you right up, where you're like, look at how many people are struggling with blood sugar imbalances and hormone imbalances and need to feel better, that need a solution. That fires me up to get on my game and show up, because there are people that are looking for what I have. Okay. So also, y'all, one big shift that I've made lately, and we'll get into a couple more of Chelsea's things, I truly was looking for sick people. I was speaking to people that weren't feeling well. And my messaging was very coming to these people. So I was attracting a lot of people that just didn't feel well, that weren't really maybe living super healthy lifestyles. And so, and then they would try these products or whatever. And again, a whole lot of product users and not people interested in the business. So what I want to ask you is, what is your messaging? If you step back and you maybe ask a friend or somebody to go to your page, and I want you to act like you've never seen your page before, and I want you to scroll, and I want you to write down, like, if you are developing a goal or you're trying to go goal, like, how many times have you posted about the business in the last week? And then I want to, and what this opportunity has done for you. And then I want to ask you to look at like how many times you've talked about the products. And I know for me, that ratio was like 9, 10 times products to 1 business. And that's if I'm being overly, Shannon's like, oh yeah, go ahead. You have a question?
I have a quick question before I go. Okay, because just while I'm thinking about this, so I do. I'm posting 3 to 4 times a day. Um, but I guess I am talking about not feeling well. So what is the pivot to, because I talk about, like, are you bloated? Are you craving sugar? Like,
Yeah. Yeah. And because
what is the other side to attract product users to not talk about not feeling well?
yeah. So like there is a time and a place, right? The issue is when we're doing that every single day,
Oh, okay.
right?
Okay.
Like we do want to get people started on our products. Now, some people, their strategy or their formula, some leaders in this business I talked to, one of them at Emerald Extravaganza, is she does 2 weeks of sharing the products in the beginning of the month, so that helps
Okay.
her reach her goal by like the 15th of the month. And then she switches to 2 weeks of business.
Oh,
Some people do 1 week product, 1 week business focus, 1 week.
like just straight across hitting it hard.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's taking different angles, right? Like I went to flag football this weekend, and my son, my 2 kids, it was their first time doing it, and my husband is coaching. This has been a dream of his entire life, is to be able to coach football, to be able to coach kids, preferably inner city kids, because he grew up as an inner city kid that had a lot of anger and a lot of issues. There's a whole thing he wants to do, but this is like the closest he ever gotten, and it was never an option because he had to work nights, holidays, and weekends. And because of network marketing, he's home. So that's just a simple way to take a video of my kids playing, right? And I'm saying this isn't a way you want to touch on people's pain points, right? Now, I had a pain point of health. It is, Shannon, it's a great, like we do need to get, we want people to get started on the products. The shift that needs to happen is when we're leading with the business opportunity instead of the products. So when you talked about
Instead
like
of attracting, like Jessica Heffley talked about, like needy product users.
yeah. And when you, and I mean, I've just recently had this epiphany. And when, like I said, I'm talking to my RSM yesterday, I'm like, oh my gosh, like that was a huge thing that and it's so easy to default to the products because you're like, well, I still need to sign level ones. Like I still need to get people. But how would your organization change if instead of you signing, like, let's just say you were recruiting 10 people a month and they take the products and maybe you get somebody to go silver once, whatever. But like, there's really nobody growing a business. There's nobody treating it like a business. You're not attracting business builders. Like, who doesn't want business builders, right? Like, we all do. But first, we have to become that business builder. We have to become the person like you guys are right now on this call, ready to learn, treat it like a business, take ownership, invest in your business, in your mindset, start with personal development and stay with personal development because your business is never going to grow more than you do. It needs to be habit, it needs to be every day. Like those things matter. But like, so we have to lead ourselves well first before we can lead. We have to be your own dream teamer, right? Like be that person. Or I'm just going to speak frankly because I love y'all. You don't deserve that person. If you've not become that person, you don't deserve that person on your team, right? So like we need to become that person. And then what we do is we're like, I'm looking for people like me. Because if we're honest, I shared Amy's story with my RSM yesterday. Amy on this call was like, I told myself I started for the products, Kim. And I wasn't true, but I actually really, I was lying to myself because I watched you sharing what this was doing for you and how it was paying for your mortgage and different things. And I needed that too. And so I think that's what a lot of people are doing. They're watching, but they're not going to come to us. Yeah, Shannon said the same thing. So when we know that, we should be
I
more
said
bold.
that yesterday on my story and I thought about it all night and I'm like, that's not true.
Mm,
I
so good.
totally said I started for the products.
Yeah.
That's not true. I saw Chelsea, I messaged her on a trip and I saw the income potential, but
Yes.
I'm like, oh, that wasn't actually, I don't think I wanted to admit that, but I don't think I realized that till last night.
Yeah. And that is everything. You're having like the epiphanies and then you can show up like Chelsea and I have had so many of our own epiphanies where we're like, for example, if you make it look like this business is just trips and Alexis and it's super fun and you can work from anywhere and come do it with me, guess what you're going to get? A lot of people that don't want to work, right? And so I'm intentionally, like last night, I screenshotted me up at like 10 o'clock at night, hopping off of a training call. And I'm going to be doing this so much more because I'm calling in women who are ready to freaking work. Not women who, and now does that mean that they're going to hustle and they're going to live on their phone and they're going to have no boundaries? And no, that's not who I'm looking for either. But what we should be careful with what we share, right? You're so welcome. So I want to get a little bit of this action plan, but truthfully, if you want to attract women, like sometimes guys, my RSM said this, I'm going to leave you with this, Shannon, because this might be really good for you too. My RSM said yesterday, he said, Kim, oh, where did I scribble this down? Because I like was like, this is so good. I got to write these. I got like drowning in my notes in my office. That's a whole nother issue. But I think that he said, if you have, um, okay, I told you about the business and the products and the $1,000. And then he said, oh, it's a much harder sell. If you're trying to get people started, Jay Kaufman is brilliant, by the way, Jay Kaufman for president. But he said, if you are trying to get people on the products who are currently eating Cheetos with their feet up, they're not working out, they're not a healthy individual, and you're trying to sell them on Triplex, it's a hard sell. You want me to invest $150 into some gut health products? So like, and what's going to happen is if you're really good with words or sales or you're able to get them started, they're expecting the products to basically do everything and make these magical changes that are not going to happen completely by themselves. And then they're going to quit pretty soon and they're going to say the products aren't working. And how did that help your organization or you grow at all? It didn't, right? It was a waste of your time and energy. And if we want to be conservative, careful with our energy, because we only have so much, we need to stop with all the time, the drains. Some of you, the people that you're signing or trying to sign are draining you. You got to stop trying to want it for people that don't want it. You got to stop trying to talk to the same poor broke people that they're poor broke and they're not willing to do anything about it. Right now, I'm not saying we don't want to help people. So, like I said to Jay Kaufman, he's like, the tricky thing is we do want to help people get healthier as a company. We do. He's like, but I'm going to be honest. I don't know if like our focus is really like super sick people that like aren't like we want to help people optimize their health. And he's like, well, how would your organization change if you were looking for people that are already doing healthy things? They're just missing a piece. That was me. And Look at Shannon's like light bulbs are going off. I can see it, right? Because now you have somebody when they get that piece, first of all, they're already health conscious. You're looking for the people that are already sharing health things in their stories and online, probably. That's what I was doing. But like Rachel, right on this call, Rachel was with Beachbody. Rachel was already working out. Rachel was already doing things, and Rachel was riddled with symptoms, just like I was. I wouldn't say we were like sick people. We were right, Rachel. I mean, like we were health conscious. We're doing healthy things. We just didn't have the like we were missing something. So we're looking for the people that are missing something. And if you target those people are going to get results a lot quicker, right? Because they're doing other things. So how would our marketing change if we are going to speak to people that just like Pam is another great example. Pam, I would love to see your beautiful face if you're able to. But Pam is a breast cancer survivor. She just went Fast Start Silver. She's super close to going Fast Start Senior Silver already. And she was a breast cancer survivor. Was a fitness instructor like me. She was doing so many healthy things, vegan, like all this yoga, filtered water, you name it, like me. But she still had this weight that wouldn't budge and these side effects from, the breast cancer meds and the stuff and so now Plexus helped her lose 25 pounds, helped her, not have this joint pain that she's getting her life back. But she's already like, let's go. And she's exactly the kind of business builder that I want. She's not going anywhere. She's got the mindset. She's positive. She's treating it like a business already. But see, you want to speak to those people, right? So it might be a different attempt with marketing. And then as far as money, I am now convicted that I'm not, hi Pam, I'm going to talk about like Jessica Heffley is my major inspiration in this. She's like, and Brooke Hemingway, they're like, I'm not looking for somebody who's just looking for $500. And I know Chelsea might be like, wait, Kim, what are you doing? Truthfully though, I want people that are in this to make, whether that's $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $5,000, $10,000. That's you're that is the people that you're going to go where you want to go if you've got big dreams in this. And that's me. Like I'm actually looking for people. That's what they want. But guess what? My social media didn't know that. I wasn't sharing that. I wasn't positioning myself as someone who could help them do that. Again, that goes back to mindset. Don't tell yourself, well, Kim, great, but I can't get someone. I've never gotten someone to Emerald. Neither have I. I mean, except myself and my husband's account. I've never developed an Emerald either, right? So like, here's the belief. I got myself to Emerald, and I don't mean that. My team, scratch that. I know what it takes to get to Emerald, right? Because I did that. Like I hit Emerald, and I know therefore that I can help someone else do that. That will take me to Sapphire and Diamond. You, if you already got to gold, you know how to develop a gold. You know how to teach someone to do what you did, and that's all you have to know. That's all you have to know. So it's just mindset. So, okay. So that's what I'm currently sharing is like, who am I speaking to? And you may want to just speak to the person that wants $500 and that's all you wanted. And that feels really good to you. I want you to do this in alignment with you. But if you really need to make some serious money, then you need to be looking for people. Like I was saying with Pam, she is in an age bracket now that her women, they're not going to sign up to make $100. Sweet friend, they are not. Like they've got aging parents, they've got kids in college, they've got retirement to think about. Like that is the kind of people like I'm going to teach her to reach and target and market those people and to know how to speak to them and touch on their pain points. Yes, with health, but even more importantly with finance, because that is the leading stressor in our world today. That is the biggest thing is people need the business over anything else. Okay, so let's talk strategy. So we're sharing on social media. And so we're not going to go this deep dive into it, but just a couple of practical tips. So you have to get in and just start sharing your story and be unapologetic about your health story and the business, because there is a time and a place for the products, right? We have to take, but like there's so many people that are already taking products, whether they're Beachbody products, it doesn't matter. And they're not actually feeling, I've watched a lot of Beachbody coaches because that's where I was from. And I was just messaging a couple of them yesterday. Energized jacked me up. I went in a lot of adrenal fatigue. Chelsea Pope doesn't want me to say that either. But like I had a lot of like health issues from the way I was pushing my body. And like honestly, their products are not that clean and they're really not healthy. So like here, like we have something there's a lot of other women that are repping other companies that would kill it in Plexus and that would have it. So it's like, I want you to be looking for these people. And I'm not saying poach from other companies, but there are people like me like Rachel, like a lot of the girls on my team. Pam actually also did a couple other network marketing companies. There are women, they're trying to find their place. They're trying to find the right thing. They have the skill set, or it can be developed, but they have the passion. But they haven't found the right place for them. So don't be having these conversations right off the bat where you're just real, or let's grab a cup of coffee, or let's jump on a phone call, or get them onto these Sunday night business opportunity calls. Why I love those calls every Sunday night is they are going to hear real live people's stories of what was going on in their health that they started the products. And then they're going to be able to hear how they can start making money right off the bat. Like we're immediately casting vision for the business. There's another huge mistake that I made. And if I was sharing it, I wasn't doing it in a way that was casting vision and pouring belief. Like, Rachel, girl, I have no idea if you would be interested in this. This might sound completely crazy to you, but I know that you are already like health conscious, and I know that these products are really starting to help you, or like you are already doing Beachbody, and I think you would be fantastic about this business. And quite honestly, I would love to work with you. I love your energy, I love your vibe, I love your faith and your heart for the Lord, and I just feel like you would be amazing. Have you ever thought about it, or would you be open to a conversation about this? Like, it's that, but we're pouring the belief and the encouragement over anything else. Okay, so we're sharing about these products, what they've done for us. Just going to encourage you to focus way more on like the business side of things right now. My RSM said yesterday, he said, Kim, in today's world right now in our economy, if there was ever a time to teach your team to lead with the business, ever in the history of the company, it's right now. Like right now, even with the election and uncertainty, like it's right now. People need it. So, and I want to say that when you're sharing, start sharing the business, you start leading with the business, you start sharing the product, whatever it is, y'all, I want you to know this. Sit in the suck. It's okay to suck. You cannot get good without sucking first. You can't. Like everybody has a first post. I look back at mine and I'm like, even right now, I know that 1 year from now, Kim is going to cringe at probably the way I ran this call. Like, this is my first gold call that I'm running. And I bet you next month, I'm going to be like, oh, this is already so much better. But I'm not going to get better if I don't show up and do it right now and do it messy. And so that's what we want to encourage you to do. Just start sharing. Pam sent me a story yesterday and she's like, is this okay? Like, I've got texts, like, she's learning how to make a story. I'm like, and I gave her like a couple, like, hey, just like, I always, Chelsea taught me, I always ask myself, like, what am I going in here to share? Like, why am I sharing? Am I trying to share? She put a little bit about like her weekend. I hope you let me, or I'm using this example. Okay. She put a little bit about like how she had a busy weekend and what she did and all the stuff. And then she said, and I even like got in my pink drink or whatever. I was like, so now is the point of the story just to catch people up and fill them in, be like real relatable? This is what I've been doing. Or is the point of the story to say that you were able to do all of those things because of the energy and the stamina or whatever that you've gotten from the pink drink? Because that's a totally different story, right? And that's just something that we learn. Like yesterday, I was talking to Laura. She had these super cute stories up, and she was talking about like, our challenge and like how she crushed it when she like mentioned that she's like gotten my pink drink. I'm like, okay, gotten my pink drink is great. But here's the thing. When you start sharing, I want you to shift your focus from you to them, away from what it's done for you. What could it do for them? And I know this sounds weird, but we say this all the time. People don't actually care that much about you, which is why we shouldn't care about judgment. Do the damn thing. Post whatever the F you want to post. That's what I'm about to start doing all the time. I already have. Oh, yay, Laura, I'm going to go look now. See, so Laura got a little bit of feedback. I was just like, I'm encouraging her. Her stories are great. I love that she's showing up. I love she's showing her face. And I was like, hey, I would try this. And like she already implemented and took action, right? And that's the thing. We're all learning, we're all growing. But when you focus on, it's about what could it do? Rachel had awesome stories that she shared in our chat last month that she just made of like, kind of like, what if you weren't bloated, or what if you weren't like, right? I'm trying to remember exactly what they were. And like almost all of us have done them. It was really good. It worked really well. They were two simple slides, but the emphasis was on that other person. Like, this isn't normal. It might be common, but it's not normal. And what if, like, she was casting vision. Bravo, Rachel. In those stories for like, what if you didn't wake up feeling tired? What if you didn't have all this bloating? That is an actual tangible example of casting vision. Like, what if things were different? And that's what we want to do and what we want to lead with. So it's really about what it can do for them. So I was about to post that I have this marathon of a day that I'm like almost halfway through, and I drank active first thing in this morning. And I'm going to put up, you could just post a little statistic about active and ingredients and what's in it. Ain't nobody care. And I love you, Jill, when she listens to this, but like me and her, we love ingredients, we love all the things, and we love sharing. They just want to know what that means for them. So like, L-theanine equals calm mama. Like, whatever, as you're sitting there and you're pulling out like this. And so you can just, your mind will start to work. And this is just a muscle that you're going to develop as you take action, but it doesn't happen as you sit and think. It doesn't happen as you sit and pray, even though I would pray first. Just don't stay. Like, pray, God, build my business, build my business, build my business. I wish it worked that way. And don't pray or don't sit where you're just like, you've got to take action. Jill and I call it messy action. Let it be messy. Your B minus work is enough to change somebody else's life. It's another intentional thought you just need to keep having. So don't compare your chapter 1 to my chapter 25, right? It's normal to not feel confident at first, but what do you need to do to gain confidence and posture? Maybe it's personal development. Maybe it's listening to your favorite song that amps you up, or doing a quick workout before you do your reach outs, right? Get clear on like what's going to help you make you feel good. Maybe you already have one person you helped. Like Pam could sit there and be like, all right, I'm going to think about my mom's walking around the neighborhood. She's already feeling so much better. I'm going to think about how she's excited she was when she called me to tell me that. I'm going to think about my friend that's been struggling with no thyroid and health issues in her weight for most of her life. And she's already 5 pounds down in a couple of weeks. Go. Let's message. I'm going to go and tell. I've got good news. I've got some hope. I'm going to go share and spread some hope today. Lord, lead me to the people that need me. Lead the people that need me to me. Go and go. Right. Okay. So, and also I want to normalize as you're starting to make business posts, as you're starting to post for the first time or post stories, it's very normal to not get anything on it. Right. It's very normal, or maybe just a couple nice, encouraging friends, but it's very normal not to get interest or a lot of it. You have to keep going. It's like if a kid gets on a bike and they pedal once and then they're like, but I'm not biking. And they get off and they fall off. Well, yeah, not yet. You have to turn the pedal again and again and again, right? Or you're pumping that well. That's the tricky thing about network marketing, y'all. You're going to stand there and you're going to be like, I'm leading with the business. I'm sharing the business. I'm calling in my people. I'm working on myself. And there's nothing coming out and there's no water. And then you're going to keep doing it. You're like, Kim told me the people are going to come, build it. Be like Noah. Okay. Build the ark. The rain's going to come, build it. The people are going to come. There's still nobody coming. Okay. Mindset. I know what it's up. I'm going to keep doing it. It's going to come. And guess what happens? There's going to be a trickle. There's going to be a drop. And then there's going to be a trickle. And then there's going to be a steady, like a little stream. And then there's going to be a rushing flood. But you don't get there if you don't keep going. So what would it look like for you to remove any need for a result and you just to practice faithfulness? What would it look like for you to say, I'm not doing this for any outward tangible. Yes, my family might need money. Yes, I do want to have people join me. Yes, I need those things. But what if I just trusted those outcomes to God and said, I'm just going to show up and be faithful right now. And I'm going to stay. And I'm going to keep doing it until it works. One of my favorite quotes is, be like a stamp, stick to it until you get there. And you will. You will. Okay. So, and another big lie is you might be like, well, I don't have a lot of followers. I don't have a big network. Most of our diamonds have 1,000 followers, y'all. So please don't think that's a thing. You do not need to have that. You need to learn to tap into the networks of the people that you already know. You have a lot of networks. Your church network, it might be a Bible study, it might be your kids, soccer moms, or it might be like the PTA at school. And it might be there are so many different networks that you have. You just got to shift your focus away from what you don't have or who's not interested to what you do. Then you'll miss out on who is interested in what you do have. And then you learn to tap into those people as you're sending them. You're in conversations like, hey, who do you know that struggles with these things? Or, hey, I'd love to come share about this at your house, and we can invite some friends and whatever like that, and tell them what that's going to do for them. Like this month, it's going to make them $550, right? So it's important to have layers of this business too, where we're constantly filling our funnel. So while you may have 2 or 3 people commenting on your post, or you're in conversation with 2 or 3 people that are expressing interest, those are not your only irons in the fire, right? Like we do not want to just hope and pray that those 2 or 3 people purchase and then you'll reach your goal. We always need to be, getting more people in our funnel, so to say, and intentionally reaching out. And so I want to give you my big thing that I wanted this call with was that I wanted to give you a message that you are going to go on this call and send. And the first person to finish, just feel the fear, do it anyways. I was going to do a little Starbucks gift card, but I'm going to have to do that on my next call in 2 weeks because I went over. Chelsea might kill me. This is not supposed to be this long, but I hope it added value. And I have to go pick up my daughter in 5 minutes. So let's wrap up with this. the strategy for going gold and the strategy for you, helping develop people to gold. Because can you even imagine, y'all, if like when I talked about reaching sick people, and again, like I don't consider Pam a sick person, right? Like Pam just like had a couple of things off that like Plex again, a missing piece, right? So like we want to make sure, but I feel like I was always talking about the products, always talking about symptoms. And then I decided I want to shift my focus on my page to away from all the bad stuff and like casting vision for how good people can feel, like Rachel just did. Casting vision for like, hey, this isn't normal. You could feel this way. Your finances could look this way. The freedom in your life, you could have this. Like, this is what it could do for you is like the emphasis, whether that's with product or business. We just want to have it be a lot more with business, right? And so if you are, hold on, let me see. I'm gonna make sure I cover everything she said. Oh, big thing too, as you're posting and you're sharing in stories and you're not getting interaction and you're not getting comments. That's my story too. Y'all, I'm telling you, people are watching and they're developing. It's like this pressure cooker and the interest, the more you show up, the more you share, like it's growing, it's growing. And you will start as you do those sliders or do those polls, people are going to start commenting, people are going to start reaching out. It's just going to keep building. Trust me. Um, what strategy is nobody comes in alone. I want you to adopt that mentality. If I sign someone up for Plexus, nobody comes in alone. They never should. And here's why. They are 80 something percent. I think it's like 85% more likely to still be on the products a year from now if they bring in at least one person. And I think it's like within their first 30 days. Okay. It's like an accountability buddy. Because here's the thing, people will quit. This is so sad, quit on themselves real easily. We don't actually quit on other people as easily. In the sense of think about it if you're a mom. You tell your kid you're going to be somewhere, you're going to do that, you're going to be there. Told myself I was going to work out at 11:30 today, didn't do it. Get what I'm saying? We break promises to ourselves all the time, but we're not so easily to do that to other people for a lot of different reasons. So if you have somebody, your alarm goes off, you don't want to go to the gym, you don't go, but guess what? Like you're like, I'm tired. I was up too late last night. No big deal. If somebody's waiting on you at the gym, if you told your friend you would go and she's got her butt out of bed and she's there at 5:30, guess who's going to get their butt out of the gym? Like 90 something percent of the time, right? We want that for our customers. Also, y'all, your organization, if you are sitting, let's say you're senior silver, you're at 50 points. Okay. There's like around 10 people ordering under you. If each person brought in one person, their mom, their sister, their neighbor, their friend, their spouse, their kid, it don't matter. You're gold. That's what I'm saying. There's like 100 different ways to get to gold. Your organization just doubled, your income just doubled. So it's plus one. So while it's great to develop silvers and we absolutely want to build to gold, the biggest thing start with is nobody comes in alone. That's that mentality. So again, how are we casting vision from the get-go that people are bringing someone else in with them? Like in your talking to them about the products, when you get to pricing and you share that there's retailer VIP and VIPs, get these couple of perks, they get whatever, or maybe it's right after, they could, if they use that referral link, it's in my ordering instructions, they get a referral link should they choose to use it. One person is around $50 or whatever after pain points and stuff. And if they sign up like 3 or 4 this month, they're getting like $550. I'm like, who can you think of that's struggling with any of these health issues? And that's a touch point and they may not answer, but then what happens after they get signed up? I'm immediately like, hey girl, like, whether we get on a call and we talk about things, there's a lot of different strategies for this and you'll find what works for you. Or maybe you, encourage them to take a post, make a post with their pink drink when it arrives or immediately make a post if they're open to it. And it doesn't have to be a post either. It depending on your age bracket, depending on what you're comfortable with, what you think your people are, or if they're on social media a lot, it might be that you're just saying, hey, now one of the cool things about this is that like I want you to be successful. You can just take it as I want you to be successful. I don't want you to quit the products. And you're so much more likely to be successful with these products if you bring in at least one person to do it with you. And it's also so much more fun that way. And you make some quick referral cash back to offset the cost of the products. Who can you think of that, is struggling with headaches, migraine, whatever, and they bring in somebody, right? So, and you can do that on a phone call. I have found it way more likely that they're going to do that when I'm not just preaching at them or talking at them, but when I actually get on the phone with them or get in person with them if they live close. When I get them on the phone and I talk about it, it's totally different than I just send it in like a text message. So we got to try new things. If what you're doing isn't working, try something new. And a lot of times too, it's inviting that new VIP into our page and tagging them in the monthly promotions and like how much referral cash that they can make, and then maybe send that in their inbox and say, hey, I know the holidays are coming, money is tight. If you want to bring in a friend or a few friends to do this with you, like I'd love to have a little event at your house or like a little wellness event, and it could be just 15 minutes. And that's kind of our strategy right now is they're picking. If they're local, we can do in person. If they're not, let's do a wellness event. Chelsea has an awesome video in our team board. I know Chelsea's just got that one that's to launch like how to do a wellness event, and we send to them what they need to know and how they need to start making a list, and they're just going to pick a date. We're going to get a date on the calendar, and we're going to run it for them and help them get some people in there. And that's our strategy that's working really, really well. So because they know people, y'all. Do you know anybody in your life that isn't struggling with some kind of, whether it's their weight, headaches, stress, energy, mood? Like, I don't know one person. They all know people. So it's just about you casting vision, pouring belief, letting them know you're going to help them do it. And what's in it for them. Always make that clear. The accountability, the likelihood of them staying on the products, the extra income, whatever. So action plan, guys, like, or a couple different ways is that you could do a shout out post where like your customer is shouting and you're like, eek, I'm so excited. My friend Pam is just starting with these products. She's ready to like get into, this dress for her son's wedding next month, and she's looking to feel better and optimize her health. I can't wait to see what these do for me. Y'all help me cheer her on, whatever. You could do that. Or you can kind of give that person a post that they can make. There's always one up every month in our Hope and Healing community that we can tag people in. I'm going to go check because I'm not sure that I put it up this month, that they could just throw something like that up on their social media. But I will tell you, if you just tell people, just share, just go make a post, they're not going to do it. I'm going to leave you with this because a confused mind does nothing. If I don't know exactly what to do, I'm not doing it. So I like to give my people a post or like have them write something, and then I tell them, hey, let's add this or let's tweet this and give it to them so they feel confident. Like this is going to do well, this is great, but like they don't know exactly what to say. So let them know, hey, why don't you, like, here's a couple ideas. There's a couple pictures of girls under me that have written a first post. We have a whole first post kind of catalog, like, in our board that y'all can look at and send to people so that they get an idea and help them. It's really about people need to know that you're there to help them do this, to guide them, because nobody wants to do something alone and feel like they don't know what they're doing and they want to fail, right? So we got to make it very easy for them to do it. So, and always make sure you've got your list of your potentials that you're working on, your potential business builders and dream teamers that you're engaging with or inviting to business opportunity calls. You've got your list of your level ones, and like you follow up and say, hey, I know you're already starting to feel better. I would love to help, some people that feel better too, because a bunch of people that I don't know. Who can you think of in your life, family, friends, circle that might be interested in learning more about what you're doing? And you can start there. So, and make a list of those people. And every time you sit down to work, y'all, you work that list. All right. Thanks for bearing with me. I know this was a whole lot longer than it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be 20 or 30 minutes. I will get this, but I'm going to unmute myself and I'm going to stop this recording and see what questions that y'all have.